I feel like, at least talking to people at other colleges, we do have a lot of different queer clubs, which is pretty great. And it's just nice to be able to have that, especially like after. I think a lot of people really appreciate it specifically because in high school they didn't have any queer clubs or organizations, and now that there's so many options, it's just really nice to be able to feel that sense of community and meet similar people and find new friends. Um, yeah, I guess I would just say it feels pretty like relieving and um, exciting. I would say that at least with other like some of my other friends that I've talked to, I mean, we feel like there is a lot of clubs and like acceptance and awareness, which is really nice. The only thing that I feel like or the only thing at the moment that I can think of that has really um, been frustrating is that some of the speakers that are invited towards to speak at the union and stuff are just like outwardly homophobic and transphobic, which is definitely frustrating because the union is inviting these people to speak and giving them a platform and then inviting students to listen to them. Although I am like, it is definitely something that like has been fought. So I don't know. I don't know how much that still is going to go on, I guess. I think that, well, first off, there should be enough clubs and organizations to allow students to find whatever community that they want based around any identity or hobby. And it's great that students can create their own organizations to be able to meet what they want out of college in a community. And so therefore it's just one of the many needs that is kind of met through student organizations. And I think in particular it might be even stronger than the need for other clubs because, as mentioned earlier, there wasn't really that opportunity for me and many other people to meet a community of queer people in high school or to have that kind of recognition and validation.
Well, I think that Ohio State does a pretty good job with representation of LGBTQ plus identities. I think that we do have the Center for Belonging and Social Change, and they do host a lot of activities and try to build community for students with those identities. I do think that overall OSU could do a little bit better with making sure that representation is apparent within every major. I know that I, as an education major, have talked about it a little bit, but even within education, we are not talking about LGBTQ history or what the community is facing right now. So I think if OSU just did more to include those conversations and represent those identities within the education that it is providing its students, that would help a lot. From the people that I've spoken to that are in the community and from A Space itself, the org that I'm president of, I think that people feel like the representation is pretty good at OSU. I think they've found community at OSU because there are these spaces that they can go to. But at the same time, I think that there have also been events and groups and people that they have let onto campus that represent opinions that those same people in the LGBTQ community should not be here. So while I think that they do provide spaces for people with LGBTQ identities to feel safe and welcome, they also provide spaces for people to say that those same people are not welcome. And so I think by OSU trying to make sure that everyone has those spaces to say whatever they want, they are both providing the space for representation of LGBTQ people at the community and taking it away at the same time. So it's a little bit of a conundrum that the university is placing those students in because they are both letting them feel welcome and also not letting them feel welcome.